Joining us now in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, he's Auburn's men's basketball coach. Bruce Pearl eliminated the 3 winningest schools in college basketball history during the tournament. And, of course, he joins the long list of grown men wearing warm-up suits at the Final Four. Yeah. Yeah. Bringing the energy here.
On the height of a guard, but the weight of a power forward.
Do you have any basketball talent? How good are you at basketball?
No good. No, I was a better football player, better baseball player.
Well, how'd you end up a basketball coach?
I tried out for the basketball team at Boston College, got cut. Tom Davis, who was the head coach there, saw some passion, some energy, some emotion, and I didn't want to just like no means not yet to me, right? I know that's not a safe slogan these days, but
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I became a manager, and then I became a student assistant, and then I became the director of marketing, and then I just hung on. And my senior year, he got the job at Stanford, and he asked me to go with him, and that's how I got my start.
And we've talked about this, where you were there with the Boston College scandal, the point shaving.
Yeah.
But you knew nothing. You did you sense anything that was going on there?
There was times during some games when some of our more aggressive offensive players weren't taking shots. And then there were some times when some of the players that were accused to be involved missed layups that they probably, well, you'd think, God, how in the world can you miss that?
Yeah.
So, but I had no idea there was any connection along those lines. It's just sort of in hindsight, you look back and makes you wonder.
But when you saw that documentary, when you saw the 30 for 30, that takes you back in time, and you're right there. What did you think?
That the guys were victims, that they were preyed upon in a lot of ways as young kids, and it's our job as coaches and administrators to try to protect them, to understand these things are possible.
But how nervous are you now with just the advent of open gambling now? It just feels like this is almost becoming commonplace in sports, and we're talking about college athletics as well.
You know, you talk to the guys about it, but you're right, it would be the same thing if somebody could get at our guys and understand that, you know, what's in it for them. I mean, I'm at the Final Four. I'm not exactly what's in my contract, but I'm sure there's a nice bonus in there for being here.
Wait, you don't know if you get a bonus?
I honestly don't know, because you know why I don't know? I've not looked at it. I'm trying to separate the two. I really am, just in my own mind, going, look, I'm grinding. I'm focused on next opponent. I do recognize that this is going to mean some security for myself and my family, which is a blessing. And I tell my guys, look, I'm 59 years old. I've worked really hard for this, and it's coming. It's coming. I wish we were able to compensate them more now for their efforts. I got a great idea. How about an annuity? How about just this? I said, rather than just paying the athletes, we have a much more realistic scholarship than we did before, which I think is great. And our families got to come to the Final Four with some travel expenses. I've been in a tournament where we'd go and parents couldn't go because they just couldn't afford the trip. Yeah. Or you'd get there, lose, and they got to go home immediately. And it was...
But how much money are we talking? What is Zion Williamson worth this year to college basketball?
Millions.
See, that's the hard part is, how do I separate him from a point guard at Iowa? How
do you separate him from a women's field hockey player at Iowa?
Well,
that's part of the issue is they're all student athletes, and they're all worth, and so what's fair? Listen, the system's not broken. I will say this, Dan. What was Zion Williamson worth a year ago in Spartanburg, South Carolina, compared to what he's worth 9 months later at Duke?
Yeah.
He got the platform, he took advantage of it, and so the system's not broken. I do think we're working to making it better by making a more realistic scholarship, and we're looking at ways that we can have the kids get more of a benefit than they're getting right now.
You've eliminated the 3 winningest schools in college basketball history. That's pretty good.
Somebody had to do it.
Well,
right? I mean, might as well have been us, right?
But do you realize you're here at the Final Four and you're working?
I know. I'm usually here at the Final Four calling you guys, asking if I could get a little FaceTime.
Yeah, that's true. And it is weird to see grown men in warm-up suits.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not a great look, is it?
But only here is it normal.
Yeah.
And maybe The Sopranos. Yeah. Like, that's about it, right?
You know, I talked to our guys before. You got to look at the road to the Final Four. And I broke it all down because you got to show them the path. I knew that New Mexico State was as good at 12 as there was in a tournament, and we were the only 5 to advance. Now, maybe Oregon was a tougher 12 than New Mexico State, but that was going to be a hard first game. I told them the first game, the hardest game to win is the first one. And then I went, here it is, Kansas, North Carolina, Kentucky. But we're trying to make history. At Auburn, we're trying to make history, not just winning a national championship and getting to a Final Four, but look at the road traveled. And so I wanted a guy to say we wouldn't have it any other way.
He's Bruce Pearl, head coach at Auburn. Your 30 for 30, eventually, when it's all said and done, is going to be fascinating.
Well, yeah, it'll be the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I know.
I mean, that's for sure, right?
Maybe not in that order. You know, when they do those 30 for 30s, they...
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'd like it to not be in that order. Yeah.
If you could sign a deal tonight that I guarantee you win the national title on Monday, but you don't coach again. You retire by choice.
Yeah, to win a national championship, I would have to find other ways to this ministry. That's what it is, Dan. It's a ministry. It's affecting others and affecting kids and having an effect on a campus. So my first reaction was I'd take it because, I mean, to win a national championship, box checked. I've won one in Division II,
yeah, and
I'm proud of that.
Where is that trophy?
It is at the University of Southern Indiana in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh, so you didn't even get it?
Oh, no. No, I don't need to have the trophy. The trophy is just the extrinsic. It's just the hardware. I don't need the trophy.
But didn't you insist they build a statue of you at the school?
No. Here's what I want. I want them to build the entrance way to the student section and call that gate the Pearly Gate. That's what I want. I don't want the court.
Well done.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Look at you. Well done. I Googled you.
Oh, gosh.
The names that came up for I've known you a long time.
That's when I was way younger.
Yeah, that's
way
true.
Younger.
Yeah, way younger. The first name that comes up is Bruce Willis, Bruce Lee, Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Jenner, Bruce Boudreaux, Bruce Willis movies, and then Bruce Pearl. So if I put Bruce in and I Google that, that's not bad. You're ahead of Bruce Almighty and Bruce Arians.
That's good.
So, you got Willis and Bruce Lee and Springsteen, Bruce Jenner. I mean...
Does that still count?
Yes, it does. Yes, and Bruce Willis movies. Are you famous in Auburn? This is a football state.
Yeah.
But you're still coaching basketball in a football state.
Yeah. People want to debate whether or not we're a football school or not. We are a football school. We're always going to be a football school. We're proud to be a football school. But don't ask the women's softball team that, because we win there too, and we win in baseball, and we win in so many other things. And so Auburn's a really, really cool place.
Has Barkley called you?
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time?
2 days ago.
What did he say?
Just that he's glad I'm his coach, and things like that. But he's been that way, win or lose. Here's the other thing. I mean, Charles is authentic completely. He appreciates Auburn because nobody appreciates where they are in life more than Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley walks around going, oh, my gosh, can you believe the life I live? He openly talks about it. But he recognizes that if it wasn't for Coach Sonny Smith and Auburn University being patient and yet holding him accountable in the proper balance, he never would have survived. He never would have made it out of there alive. He did. And then he grew to who he is today. He's a wonderful man.
Do you have your speech ready for Saturday? Pre-game speech?
It's always the same. It's passion, poise, and purpose. Play with passion. That means we're going to try to play harder than Virginia if we can, which will be hard. Poise, handle the moment. Look around at some point prior to when there's 20 minutes on the clock and understand where you are and what you've done. But don't let runs get a hold of you. And then our purpose would be to focus on the process, not the end result. How do we have to play to try to beat Virginia? And that's a daunting task because they're really good.
When's the last time you cried?
I cried last night.
Over what?
I could cry right now. Just blessed.
Look at that stadium behind you. That's where you're going to be Saturday on the sidelines, Final Four, with an opportunity to play for national championship.
If I can do it, anybody can do it, Dan. Don't you feel that way yourself sometimes?
Oh,
I mean, it's like sitting there going, really? Am I really? Of all the great coaches and all the coaches that I've had such respect for, I'm working my way or at least in this moment, to the top of our profession. And my emotion is out of the respect that I have for the others. And so it's a special time.
Paulie, I won the bet. I told you I'd make Bruce Pearl cry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait. Time out. The eyes are watery. Hasn't been a tear. I haven't seen.
No, there's a tear on the left side.
So.
Yes, right there.
So.
I can get my director Mango close-up shot. Yeah, not too
like
close.
Tootsie. Can you back up? Back up
to Cleveland.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Back up. Can we make this
It's going to run down
good?
your face. Tears running down your face.
Oh, okay. All right.
There he is. Hopefully they're tears of joy. Always great to see you. Thanks for making time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, we're back after this on the Dan Patrick Show.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.